And now, words to live by. This evening's speaker is Rabbi Yitzhak Karloff of Temple B'nai Hill.
Good evening. Throughout history, dating back into antiquity, the Jewish people have lived an existence of continuous oppression. Each year, over 5,000 incidences of verbal anti-Semitism occur in the streets, schoolyards, and office buildings of our major urban centers. How do we handle these? Well, as many of our good football players know, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. I have asked a Gentile member of the SCTV staff to aid me in a demonstration on how to handle verbal abuse. Unfortunately, the only one available was Mr. Angus Crock. So if we can bring him on now, we will begin the demonstration. Angus?
Rabbi, it's a pleasure to be on your show.
I thank you for coming.
I brought this radio along for the complete Gentile look. I've even got a Mickey Gilly tape in there.
All right. Now, you have your notes, and perhaps
right here.
We can begin.
Okay. Hey, Jewish chap, when are you going to the delicatessen for some pastrami?
Hey, hoodlum, why don't you go and put a tree in your living room?
Hey, is that your real nose?
Hey, hoodlum, why don't you go and put frosty sleds and snowflakes on your window?
Hey, Jew, have you had enough holidays this year?
Hey, hoodlum, why don't you go and paint stripes and things on eggs?
Hey, are you sure your last name isn't longer?
Hey, hoodlum, why don't you go and buy a living room set from a catalog?
That's really funny. You know, I just did that.
What?
I got a living room set from a catalog. I got ripped off, too. It wasn't even wood.
Well, you see, Angus, you should have called me. My brother Shmuel is in the upholstery business. You look at a fabric, you look at a design, 5-week delivery, discount price for you.
Well, if you could give me his number, I'll give Smiley a call.
What do you mean, Smiley? What is that?
No.
Hey.
What?
Hey, Scotsman. Hey, Kilt. Hey, why don't you go and have a pork and kidney and pancreas pie?
That's a real good idea. I'm kind of hungry just hearing that. Would you like to join me?
With bagpipes.
We'll take the pork out. How about pancreas and beef egg pie? That's the best. You can't beat that.
Can we do a doctor spot?
Well, you can't do anything funny about doctors.
Let's do an operation.
Oh, I have fun.
Yes.
Because I've been wanting to save my life anyway. Ask me what I want to be. Oh, no, you have to be my mother.
What do you want to be?
No, don't start with it. Come and have a little talk and everything. I'm old enough now.
Buddy.
Yes, Mom?
I've been thinking. You're getting older now. You're nearly a man. And you should start thinking about your future a little bit, you know. Now, I don't want to push you, but I wonder if you do ever think about it. You're a happy boy. I like it. Always smiling, always glad. And you're very much beloved in the neighborhood.
For God's sake. Mom, I have been giving it some thought. I know what I'd like to do with my life.
Oh, really?
And it'll take some sacrifice on all our parts because I'll have to train for some years, but it'll be worth it.
Buddy.
Mother, I want to be a registered nurse.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right.
What tack were you taking away?
No talk. I know
You're just setting me up.
Because it sounded like you were anticipating what he was going to say, like he wanted to be part of something.
Oh, something strange.
No, I was just excited and joyous because I thought I wanted to be a doctor.
Let me come to you with it, and you'll be Jewish.
Yes, dear.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
Sit down. We haven't given much thought to my college education and to what I'm finally going to be.
Well, you asked me not to push you, and I respect that.
And you and Pa have been very good about it, but I've been giving it a lot of thought.
Darling, whatever you decide, I know I had my own plans and hopes, but I know you're not a studier and you like sports, and if that would make you happy, then that's what I want you should do.
No, Mother, you're wrong. I do want to study. That's why I want to talk to you, and I want something now that'll take some education, but it's something that I want very much, and if you and Pa are willing to make the sacrifices and send me to school...
Buddy, how could you ask that? We would do anything for you to be a professional.
Mother, I want very much to be a registered nurse. Stop laughing.
Say it again.
All right. I've given it a lot of thought, Mom, and I want very much to be a registered nurse.
Oh, you've gotten it out, though. Now, I can show you that.
All right.
Oh, buddy, my boy. Oh, you don't know what this means to me. You don't know what pride and joy it will give your father and me to be able to say, that's my son. Where do I start from, Bud? I think that was good. Where do I start from?
Almost any place. I can pick up anything.
Start from the beginning of that.
I can't. All right. Oh, you don't know what pride and joy it will give your father and me to be able to say, that's my son, the nurse. If you laugh with them, then
I think we're all right on it.
Oh, is it clear or not?
It's got to be.
Listen to it. I'm pretty sure it is.
Come in. My name is Sammy Brown, and I just came into town. Saw your ad. You're Mr. Lee, say you can make a mint on me.
What do you do?
Dance, sing.
Play a role?
Anything. Say I'm a fine for guys like you, 'cause there's nothing I can't do.
Tell me, where did you work before?
In a department store.
Who told you you could dance and sing?
Hey, for money I'll do anything. Why don't you try me? You might as well.
You might be great.
Who can tell?
What do you call your specialty?
You mean my big sensation? I knock 'em cold when I pull off my Chevalier imitation.
Yeah.
If a nightingale will sing like you, they sing much better than they do, 'cause you brought a new kind of love to me. Well, what do you think?
When you go out, don't slam the door. It's a wonderful imitation you gave of Ethel Barrymore.
I'm glad you see me.
Step right in.
Are you Mr. Lee?
My name is Sammy Brown.
Come in. Do you want to talk to me?
I want to talk to Mr. Lee.
I'm Mr. Lee.
That's him.
I see you want a very good act.
Yes.
Well, I'm the guy you want to guess, and I'll speak very good English, but I'm full of the pep and I got the ambition.
What do you do?
Acrobats.
What's your name?
Amalia, but the best thing I do is give imitation of Chevalier. When the nightingale may look like you.
That's enough.
When you go out, don't slam the door.
Well, what do you think?
I need a drink.
All right, I take it a drink.
You take the air.
Take the air, he cried.
No like it the air. It's too cold outside.
Will you please keep quiet?
I no say of the word.
Not an and, a button, or a nip. Not a word from you till you're spoken to.
All right, you great big stiff. I want to speak to Mr. Lee. I'm a dramatic actor.
So I see I'm Mr. Lee.
Well, lend an ear to me.
Can you play a role?
Can I play a role? Do you know who you're looking at?
No.
Caesar's ghost. I play any kind of a role.
You will?
Now, eat it up like that. I played a part in Ben-Hur once.
What part did you play, sir?
A girl. She played the part of Ben.
And you?
I played her.
When you go out, take a slam at the door.
You're kidding me, aren't you, not?
Kidding, you say. I've been here all day. Now show me what you've got.
I want to play a dramatic part, the kind that touches a woman's heart, to make her cry, for me to die.
Did you ever get hit with a coconut pie?
There's my argument. Restrict immigration. I think I'll recite.
Let it go, all right.
I'll give you a recitation. Or would you prefer to see me give my Chevalier imitation? When the nightingales could sing like you, they sing much sweeter than they do, 'cause you brought a new kind of love to me. Well, what do you think?
Get me a brick.
Here's a brick. I always carry one for this imitation.
Hey, I'll lay this on your head.
You can't do that. You don't belong to the Bricklayers Union.
Poop-poop-a-doo. Poop-poop-a-doopy.
Hey, what do you think you are?
Hey, wait a minute. You know who this is?
No.
He sells frankfurters at the Merchant Arenas.
Well, what do you want? My name is What Do You Care? My home is anywhere. People say I'm awful dumb, so I thought to you I'd come. Say, listen, what is the contact?
Now, just a moment. Wait a minute. He might be crazy. Wait, I'll find out. You want to go on the stage? Crazy.
Say, listen, you tell me what you want or I'll throw you out. Never mind that. I'll give you a one.
Now, wait, take your time. This fellow's a good dancer. Dance for him.
Say, thank heaven there's no Chevalier imitation.
Well, what do you think of him,
I
Mr. Lee?
wouldn't give him $1 a week.
Not so loud, he'll take it.
Yep.
Now, listen, you're making a big mistake. These fellas are very clever. They're funny fellas. And I've got a play that I've written that I'd like to explain to you. I'd like to read this manuscript for you. It's a wonderful play, and these fellas would fit in it. Now, if you can come over and sit down with me for a minute, I'll explain the whole thing to you. Now, will you just sit down to do that? Now, here's the idea of this thing is. This is not monkey business, or is it pineapple? But I want to explain the whole thing to you. Now, the first scene takes place in this beautiful home. This is really a...
Feel about Hollywood. I call it Hollywood. It goes something like this. Hollywood, 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 Hollywood. Everybody, Hollywood. Oh, you've heard this. I always wanted to sing the blues, you know, but I don't know, they say a white guy can't sing the blues because a white guy hasn't suffered enough. I guess if a white guy sang the blues, it would wind up sounding like, I have a very nice job, thank you. I'm going to law school next year. I have 2.5 children, and I drink imported beer. I've got those white man blues. Love that stuff. Soul music, too. I love soul singers. They're great. Soul singers can sing any song and make it sound terrific. It's true. Also, 10 times longer than it usually is. But they can sing anything. Mary Had a Little Lamb. I said, Mary. I said, Mary. I'm not talking about Patricia. No. I said, Mary had a piece of lamb. Love it all. Because my favorite is country music, I like country music. I call it yee-haw music. Because every time you go to a country concert, you hear people in the audience go, yee-haw! I'd like to see that happen at a classical music concert. That would be kind of fun. And now the Brahms First Piano Concerto in D minor. Yee-haw! Tell it, Brahms, we love you. All right. And you can say anything in a country song and get away with it because it's so pleasant. Last night I kicked the dog across the kitchen. I threw the kitten down the laundry chute. Tomorrow I'm gonna beat you while you're sleeping. Hey, that's my way of saying I love you. Country. That's from the album The Greatest Hits of Country Punk, featuring songs you'll never hear on the radio. I like listening to the radio, too, because I like disc jockeys on the radio. They talk so fast. I always wonder if they talk like that at home. How are you getting to work today, dear? Well, I'd like to remind myself if I'm driving to work to avoid the freeway. There's a big tie-up on exit 17. And they always ruin songs. Like if a song comes on the radio with a real long beginning, the disc jockey always talks all the way through it. Right up into where the singer comes in. So a song like Fire and Rain always winds up sounding like... It's 70 degrees, and down on the soda, how it jumps into the gratuities, or at it on, still trying in off, big bumper sticker contest, remember clear still, for those acting blemishes. See you tomorrow, have a nice day, love you all, take care now, bye-bye. Just yesterday morning, you let me know you were gone. Then plan B. so true. It's unbelievable. Of course, what's all over the radio now? Rock and roll, the English invasion, people like Boy George. There's a father who must be proud of his son. I'm sorry. English rock stars are weird. They sound like Americans when they sing. It's so strange. We lot to do. Our latest single, entitled Susie. You're my woman now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Susie, you're my woman now. Don't you know it's true? We should do that to them. Send a group over to England from like New York or something. Like to do our latest tune. Entitled Baby, I Love You, yo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby, I love you. I love you, yo. Confuse the hell out of them for a change. That's what I like. A couple of things I'd like to do. Here's another thing I'd like to see. You'll never see it, of course. Hi, I'm Sarah Vaughan. And that's my new song entitled from the album Singers You Can't Understand. You'll hear Bruce Springsteen. Everybody! You'll hear Stevie Nicks. And of course, the fabulous Doobie Brothers. What gave up first? What are they saying? I have no idea. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. You've been great.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Newhart.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Many of you may have read The Hidden Persuaders. It's about advertising. And one of the points the book made was that the real danger of the public relations man or the advertising man was that they were creating images. And they felt that in the presidential campaigns, the candidates were really getting closer and closer together. There was no real difference between them. And you were really voting for the man. And this got me to thinking, supposing this science were as far advanced during the Civil War as it is today, and there was no Lincoln. Now, the advertising people, realizing this, would have had to create a Lincoln. And I think they would have gone about it something like this. This is a telephone conversation between Abe and his press agent just before Gettysburg. Hi, Abe, sweetheart, how are you, kid? How's Gettysburg? Sort of a drag, huh? Well, Abe, you know them small Pennsylvania towns. You seen one, you've seen them all. All right. Listen, Abe, I got the note. What's the problem? You're thinking of shaving it off. Abe, don't you see that's part of the image? Right, with the shawl and the stovepipe at the string tie. You don't have the shawl. Where's the shawl, Abe? You left it in Washington. What are you wearing, Abe? A sort of cardigan? Abe, don't you see that doesn't fit with the string tie and the beard? Abe, would you leave the beard on and get the shawl, huh? All right, now what's this about Grant? You're getting a lot of complaints on Grant's drinking, huh? Abe, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't see the problem. I mean, you knew he was a lush when you pointed him. You see what You're gag writers. Yeah, you're gag writers here. You want to come back with something funny, huh? Maybe an anecdote about a town drunk. Well, I can't promise anything, Abe. I'll get him working on it. All right, Abe, you got the speech. Abe, you haven't changed the speech, have you? Abe, what do you change the speeches for? A couple minor changes, I'll bet. All right, what are they? You what? You typed it. Abe, how many times have we told you on the backs of envelopes? I understand it's harder to read that way, Abe, but it looks like you wrote it on the train coming down or something like that. Abe, could you do this? Could you memorize it and then put it on the backs of the envelopes? We're getting a lot of play in the press on that. How are the envelopes holding out? You could stand another box. All right, I'll what else, Abe? You changed 407 to 87? I understand it means the same thing, Abe. Well, Abe, that's meant to be a grabber. Abe, we test marketed that in Erie, and they went out of their minds about it. Trust. Well, Abe, it's sort of like Mark Anthony saying, "Friends, Romans, countrymen, I've got something I want to tell you." You see what I mean, Abe? What else? People will little note nor long remember. Hey, what could possibly be wrong with that? They'll remember it. Hey, they'll remember it. It's the old humble bit. You can't say it's a great speech. I think everybody's going to remember it, Abe. You come off a braggart, don't you see that? Hey, Abe, do the speech the way Charlie wrote it, would you? The inaugural address swung, didn't it? All right, anything else? You talked to some newspapermen. Abe, I wish you wouldn't talk to newspapermen. Well, you always put your foot in. No, that's just what I mean, Abe. No. You were a rail splitter, then an attorney. Abe, it doesn't make any sense that way. I mean, you wouldn't give up your law practice to become a rail splitter, don't you? Would you read the biog, Abe? You'll save a lot of trouble on this thing. Abe, listen, before I forget, the manufacturer is coming out with the Abe Lincoln T-shirt on Tuesday. Could you work that into the address somewhere, Abe? Play it by ear, whatever you can do. Abe, have you got a pencil and paper there? Would you take this down? You can fool all of the people some of the time, and some of the people all of the time. But you can't fool all the people all the time. Well, you keep doing it differently, Abe. The last quote I got was, you can fool all the people all the time, and you... Abe, hold on. They come up with a thing on Grant. Oh, right. Good. Yeah, all beautiful. Abe, listen to this. They got a beautiful squelch on Grant. Right. The next time they bug you about Grant's drinking, right, you tell them you're going to find out what brand he drinks, and send a case of it to all your other generals. No, it's like the brand was the reason he won. No. Abe, use it, it's fun. Trust me on this. Saturday night? Oh, Abe, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be in New York Saturday night. A bridge party at the White House? Oh, Abe, I'd love to make it. How about Seward? You try him? He'll be out of town too, huh? Oh, that's you and what's your name? Be home alone. Mary, be home alone. Huh? Listen, Abe, why don't you take in a play? I'll be talking to you. So wonderful. I got thinking about inventions. Now, inventions today are handled entirely different than they were, say, 100 years ago. They set up new product corporations, they have sales promotion firm, and they look at the invention in a business-like way. And this got me to thinking, supposing the Wright brothers had gone to a new product corporation to market their new invention called the aeroplane. I think if they had, a guy from the sales promotion firm would have talked to him on the phone, something like this. Hello, who is this, Orville? Where's Willard? Wilbur, I'm sorry. And he'll be on late at the bicycle shop all week, huh? Listen, I talked to the guys here at the office, and we're real excited about this thing. We really think you got something. Well, we got a couple questions. I think you pretty much agree with us that the only way to make any loot on it is to start booking passengers as soon as possible. Right. Yeah, well, we may pick up a little on the baggage gimmick, you know, if we set it low enough, but not enough to make it worthwhile. Well, I got a couple questions. Now, all the pictures we got show either you or Wilbur lying on the wings. Now, when we start booking passengers, oh, they will, huh? Well, I mean, if we're going to cloud them for 75, 80 bucks to the coast, you know, I don't know how they'll go for lying on the wings like that. Yeah. How many could you handle, do you suppose? 5 on either side, that's top, huh? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's your end of it. I don't want to get into that. Listen, is there any way of putting a John on it? Well, Jerry came up with an idea, which I kind of like. Maybe we could set up a little snob appeal thing and get, you know, maybe 2 classes, one with a John, one without. You know? You see what I mean? Yeah. Well, right away, we got 2 problems. Obviously, how the hell did they get back to it is the first one. And secondly, you're going to be flying over cities, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, some poor clown walking down the street, you know. Well, let's put it this way, bad press. You see what I mean? Well, you think, listen, how are things coming on the plane? At Kitty Hawk last week, how'd it go? 105 feet, huh? That's all. Do the 12 guys still have to push it down the hill? They do, huh? Well, see, that's going to cut our time to the coast. I mean, if we got to land every 105 feet. All right, well, listen, you work on it and get back to me. All right, I'll be talking to you, Orville. Goodbye.
Everyone has idols, right? People who inspired them and drove them on to greater horizons. As a kid, my idol, and he's still my idol. Of all the great American heroes, my idol is Christopher Columbus. What a great thing that was, discovering America. I wouldn't have found it. I don't know where you people would have been. I wouldn't have found it. You know, discovering America wasn't a thing that Columbus had gotten wrapped up in after getting older. As a kid, this was all he talked about. He lived in a little town with his mother and father. Their names were Mr. and Mrs. Columbus. Everybody thought Chris was off his cookie. Like the neighbors were teasing. They'd come by and lean over the fence. He'd be there in the yard. And they'd say, Christopher Columbus, what are you going to do when you grow up? And he'd say, I'm going to discover America. They'd say, you better cut that out. You know there isn't any America. You know the world is square. Chris would say, they sure are. At 35, he'd gotten out of grammar school. He arranged an audience with the Queen, Queen Isabel Johnson. That was the Queen's name. And she asked him about this America project, and Chris tells her, if I don't discover America, there's not going to be a Benjamin Franklin, or a Star-Spangled Banner in the land of the free and the home of the brave, and no Ray Charles. When the Queen heard no Ray Charles, she panicked. The Queen said, Ray Charles? You gonna find Ray Charles? He in America? Chris is damn right, that's where all those records come from. So the Queen's running through the halls of the castle screaming, Chris gonna find Ray Charles. He gone to America on that boat. What you say? She wrote him out a traveler's check. Chris ran the local Army-Navy store. He bought 3 used ships, 2 pair of fatigues, some shades. Then he got his supplies for the trip. He got 2 chicken sandwiches, 3 cans of Vienna sausage, 5 cases of scotch, and a small 7-Up. Then he got a new rag to tie his head with, too. He's ready to leave. He's ready to leave. All the photographers and the reporters are at the pier to see him off. All the girls are there. They're all screaming, "Goodbye, Columbus." He gone on that boat. He gone to America. Isabel was there, and she'd had a few. Isabel saying, "Chris gonna find Ray Charles." Chris said, "Be cool, Isabel, be cool." Then he turned to the first mate. He says, "Weigh anchor." About 10 minutes later, the guy said, 7,482 pounds. Chris said, "Put the anchor in the boat." Don't weigh it, just put, y'all don't even know how to weigh the anchor. When he had gotten out of the harbor, the first mate asked, "Chris, which way is America?" Chris said, "I don't know. We're going to have to sail around and we'll bump into it." So we better go this way. If we go that way, we'll sail off the edge like them other guys. 100 days later, the men are ready to mutiny. Chris has been goofing. He's been going through a bit like, "Back up! Make a right! Watch out for the edge!" First mate said, "Come here, Chris." "Come here." Said, "Chris, the men are ready to mutiny." The cabin boy said that if you don't find America in 2 days, he's going to smack you in the mouth. Right then, a piece of wood floats by the ship. Chris said, "There's a piece of wood." So we're not far from America. That's American wood. He said, "I know American wood when I see it." First mate said, "Why don't you cut that out? It's a piece of the ship. They're breaking up on us." Right then, the guy in the mast yells, "Land ho!" Chris said, "What does that mean?" "Well, so that means he sees land." Chris said, "Well, pull over." "Maybe that's America. You're going to pass right by. You guys don't even know America when you see it." He said, "That is America." He said, "Look at all those spacious skies. Those amber waves of grain. He said, dig that purple mountain's majesty. I bet there's fruit out there on the plain." It's a big holiday in America that day. Big holiday called Not Having Been Discovered Yet Day. All the Indians on the beach, they're celebrating. They got sandwiches, 6-packs, 3 or 4 bags, whatever it is they put in the pipe. Chris leans over the rail of the ship. He says, "Hey, yo! Yo! Where is this?" Fine little Indian girl. Fine little Indian. Fine little West Indian girl. Standing there on the beach. She said, "Why? What's your name? What the hell you want? Come around here in them ships." I said, "My name's Christopher Columbus. I'm out discovering. I'm going to discover America. I'm going to discover y'all." Little Indian girl said, "We don't want to be discovered. You can't discover nobody if they don't want to be discovered. You better discover your ass away from here." First mate said, "Chris, they're hostile." Chris said, "Yeah, and they mad, too." He said, "But we're going in there anyway. That's America. They can't keep us out of there. America belongs to everybody. Let down the longboat." And they let down the longboat, which was really a short boat on the side of the big boat. They called it the longboat because they had a peewee boat, but they weren't going to use that. And they piled into shore, and they're heading into the boat, and the men are laying down because the Indians are throwing rocks and